Hello, Brick Sculptors, and welcome back to Brick Sculpt. This is Chris, and today we're going to build a boat hoist. Now, I've been working on my Summer Challenge builds. If you're not familiar with the Summer Challenge, there is still plenty of time to get involved. It's 3 different builds: bike shops, boat shops, and bait shops. I'll put a video here if you want to check it out. It does not end until August 15th, so you got a lot of time still if you want to get involved, over a month. So I've been working on those builds. I finished my bait shop. I already showed that. I'll post that here as well as at the end. I have pretty much finished my bike shop. Haven't shown that yet. And I've started on my boat shop. Now, one thing I knew I wanted in the boat shop is going to be more of a boat repair shop. And I wanted a way to hoist a small boat. Now, the boat of choice was this here. This really good looking dark blue rowboat was going to be the one that is being hoisted up to be repaired, and I had to build something to hoist it with. Now, I knew nothing about boat hoists, so I looked it up on the internet, and this is what I found that really inspired me. I liked this design, and I thought this would be great to hoist up a small boat in a repair shop. So that's why I decided I wanted to build, and let me show you what I came up with. Now, the first step of this boat hoist is going to be the supports on the bottom. The way I built those are quite simple. 1x6 plate, 1x2 jumper right in the middle, 2 1x2 tiles on either side, and that's going to be 1 support leg. I built a second one just the same. So those are going to go on either side of the boat, and then we're going to build the hoist off of those to lift it up. Now, the next step was to build uprights. And basically what I did, start with a telescope piece, and then one of these bar pieces with the right angle worked really well to come up at the right height and fits right in the end of that telescope, and it looks like it has some adjustability to it, which is kind of nice looking. So this is going to fit in the middle of these, and then I had to start working my way over. The next step I took was this 3-clip piece and one of these single bars with clip on it. My thumb's still looking nice and purple. If you watched my most recent video, I explained that was a work injury. I get a lot of those. And this is just going to fit on the upright like this. And basically it's going to allow me to put another piece in here, because as you saw in my picture, there's a lot of bars going on the top here to make this kind of motorized or hand crank top work. The next step, we're going to start building out into the middle, and that's going to look like this. So we're going to take a 4-long bar, place that on this side of the clip, a lightsaber hilt, place that on this piece of the right angle bar. I'm going to take a 1x1 round plate with hollow stud, put that on the 4-long bar, line these 2 up, and I'm going to take a 1x2 plate with rounded edges and hollow studs and put that connecting both of them just like that. Now, I have these kind of steering wheel, crank wheel pieces. I'm going to put that on the outside right here. And so that looks like a mechanical lift where somebody could crank this and pull it upward. I decided to make this look very mechanical. I didn't really want it to look motorized. I'm sure you could make a cool motorized version of this as well. And then I just made a side that looks identical, but the opposite. That's going to go on this, and then we just need to make what goes in the middle. Now, the first step was to get a chain, a 3-long bar piece. We're going to put the chain right in the middle of that bar piece. And then I have 2 of these 2x2 rounds with 1 stud, jumper, and on either side of the chain, we're just going to go like this. Now, you do want that bar sticking through a little bit, because these are going to connect right here into these 1x2 plates. You do want to leave some space in the middle too, because we have to coil the chain up on that. So it should look just like that. And I decided to put cranks on both sides. It might be more realistic to just do a 3-long bar here and just 1 crank, but I think it looks kind of cool. You can crank it from either side that way. And now we have our chain. Now I did add one more touch, which you guys might not like, so this is totally optional. But I decided this would be kind of cool if I had some casters on it so you could roll it around and move the boat while it's lifted. And for that I used roller skates. Now you might be saying those are too small. They might be, but again, we're doing light duty boats here. And since there's going to be 2 on each of these, that's 8 casters per. And if there were some nice heavy duty casters, I bet they could work in that size. So casters on both sides will allow it to move. The only thing left to do is figure out how to connect the boat. And the way I did that, I took one of these T-bar pieces, 2 of these bar connectors here on either side, and then 2 droid arms coming off the sides. And then for the boat, I grabbed it right where the oars go, just like this. And now we have something we can hang the boat by, and this is pretty centered. You can also change the center of the centering of the chain by twisting this in either direction. If you need to tip a certain way, maybe you want it nose up or nose down, you can tip this piece to get it hanging nice and level. So we're going to tweak that in the end here. We'll go ahead and attach our chain. Now it's worth noting that the chain comes off of one side, so you may need to do like this to get it pulling straight up. You have to play around with it. And then basically what we're going to do is we're just going to twist this around. Now I could spin this, but it's a little delicate, so I think what I'm going to do is just twist the whole thing around. And these round pieces keep the chain nice and centered. And let's see, how much do we do? So now it's lifting a little bit high. I can untwist this just a bit, lower it down where I want it. The boat is hanging a little bit nose up, so maybe I'll rotate this forward just a hair. It takes some fine adjustment to get this kind of perfect. I think I'm going the wrong way. There we go. Now it's a little bit nose down, so let's bring this up a bit more. That's pretty level. And the boat's up a little bit. I'm going to bring it up just a tiny bit more. And now it's about maybe 2 plates off the ground. And I think that looks pretty cool. Now the cool thing about this too, you can connect it to a base. Just like that. And there is your boat hoist. Now, if you were doing this in a model, this chain, especially because of how it's wrapped around here, it could twist and it could move around. So you might want to put a transparent piece under there and just stick this in place if you don't want it to move. But I kind of like the fact that it floats around like that. I think it looks pretty cool. Well, I hope you guys like this video. If you have any questions, please leave them below. I'll do my best to answer them. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. We'll do more just like this in the future. That's all I have for this time, and we will see you next time.